Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The search for answers. New video appears to show the helicopter carrying Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others just before the deadly crash. Now the NTSB is asking for the public for photos and video of the weather conditions at the time. Meantime, tributes are continuing to pour in, from LeBron James to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I was at the game where Kobe got 81 against the Raptors. Kobe's 81 points, there was nothing they could do. I mean, he was pulling up, shooting three-pointers from well beyond the three-point line. There was no way you could stop him. He had that indomitable will and the skill to execute whenever he felt like it.
We'll take a closer look at the crash investigation, as well as more on how Kobe Bryant continues to be remembered. Closer to home, a 20-year-old is rushed to the hospital after being stabbed nearly 20 times by a friend. Thank you so much for joining us. That story does top our news at noon. We're told that the attack was unprovoked. You are looking at video of the scene. This was from early this morning. This afternoon, that victim is still in critical condition. It all unfolded in a mobile home park on Bristol in Brownstown Township. And as Nick Monticelli reports, what happened after is just as strange as the attack itself.
Good afternoon. Tape still surrounding this home in Brownstown Township where the stabbing happened. What's really strange about this, as you mentioned, the victim stabbed maybe up to 20 times in a completely unprovoked attack, and then the suspect running naked through the woods.
I think this is pretty crazy, really.
I haven't even been to bed yet.
The neighbors on Bristol in this mobile home community were shocked hearing a 20-year-old had been stabbed nearly 20 times early this morning. And the victim told police the attack was completely unprovoked. His friend and coworker woke up and just started stabbing.
It doesn't sound like there was an argument or any kind of confrontation before that. He just woke up and began stabbing him.
At last check, the victim was in critical condition and in surgery. The suspect ran from the home, canines tracking the trail.
He stabbed him, ran out of the house and into the woods, and while he was in the woods, stripped himself of his clothing and showed up at one of our local hospitals naked, with some injuries.
That suspect, naked and cut up, told hospital workers he was in a car accident. They didn't believe him, police were called, and he has been arrested. Inside this mobile home at the time was the victim's mother and 3 small children. At first, neighbors were afraid they were hurt too.
Well, that was my first concern was, because I didn't see them, come out at all. I was concerned, did something happen to them?
The police chief also told us the victim didn't realize how bad his injuries were. He washed up, walked himself to the ambulance. It wasn't until he got to the hospital that doctors realized how bad it was. In Brownstown Township, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick, thank you. Additional officers and canines were also brought in to help find the suspect's clothes and the weapon, presumably somewhere out there in the woods. The Detroit Pistons honor the late Kobe Bryant by playing the introduction from his last game against the Pistons before he retired back in 2015 before their game at LCA last night.
How about a big round of applause for, right now on the floor, number 24, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
There was one of those screaming fans in the audience. The video tribute was followed by the Pistons holding a 24-second moment of silence for Kobe, who wore the number 24 the final 10 years of his illustrious career. Meantime, the NBA announced that it is going to be postponing the game that was originally scheduled for tonight between the Los Angeles Lakers and Clippers there at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. The decision comes in the wake of Bryant's death, of course, and as Los Angeles is continuing to mourn. On Monday, flags were at half-staff at government buildings, and fans are continuing to line up to pay their respects at the Staples Center. This afternoon, NTSB investigators are revealing more on the last transmission from the pilot of that helicopter. Let's get to Jennifer Bjorklund. She has a look at the investigation as well as how Kobe continues to be honored in Los Angeles.
He is not just a person, he's a generation.
L.A. awash in purple and gold to honor a favorite son, his daughter, and others just like them. Carrie, John, and Alyssa Altobelli. Sarah and Peyton Chester also on board. And Christina Mauser, a mother of 3 who coached with Bryant.
My 3-year-old's screaming for mom. So, what do you do?
Pilot Ara Zobayan took off from Orange County Airport at 9:08 a.m., headed to Mamba Academy in Thousand Oaks, but with clouds and fog, requested special visual rules for low ceilings.
Helicopter 2 Echo X-ray with you for the special VFR transition. We are currently at 1400.
Radar shows the Sikorsky nearing Calabasas as the pilot asks for guidance from air traffic control.
2 Echo X-ray, you're still too low level for flight following at this time.
Investigators are asking for pictures of weather conditions around the scene of the crash at around the time of the crash on Sunday so that they can get a better picture of what the pilot was facing and give the family and fans some answers. Jennifer Bjorklund, NBC News, Los Angeles.
And keep it right here with Local 4 and clickondetroit.com. We'll continue to keep you updated with a comprehensive look back on not only the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant, but any new information that comes in on the investigation into how and why that helicopter crashed. A Warren man may learn today if he will stand trial for the murder of his own girlfriend, allegedly during an argument about sex. Marcus McLean is charged with second-degree murder in the shooting death of Derica Blessett. The two are parents of a 7-year-old child. Police say that McLean and Blessett were arguing about sex in their home last September when he shot her to death during a struggle. President Trump's defense team wraps opening arguments today, but will their hopes for a quick trial and no witnesses be upended by bombshell reports on a new book by former national security advisor to the president, John Bolton? According to the New York Times, Bolton says that President Trump personally told him he wanted a freeze on Ukrainian aid tied to them helping investigate the Bidens. Democrats say that this is the latest proof that witnesses like Bolton should be heard.
It seems like every day some new revelation emphasizes our request for relevant witnesses and documents in this trial and gives it momentum. There's been a steady drip, drip, drip of information. The truth leaking out in one explosive article after another. In that sense, this is reminiscent of Watergate.
And for more, let's get to Susan McGinnis, who is breaking down all of the latest developments from Capitol Hill.
We live in a constitutional republic.
President Trump's legal team, in its final day of arguments, making the case that he should not be removed from office.
Not a single House member of the president's party supported either of the 2 articles of impeachment. Not one.
But shockwaves outside the Senate chamber continue today after the New York Times published excerpts from a book by former National Security Advisor John Bolton. He appears to draw a straight line between President Trump's withholding aid to Ukraine and demanding probes into the Bidens. The revelations putting mounting pressure on Republicans who don't want to allow witnesses at the trial.
President Trump and Ambassador Bolton said diametrically opposed things. Only one of them is willing to testify under oath. Who do you believe?
Democrats need 4 Republicans to join them later this week when the Senate votes on witnesses.
I don't think they're all settled as a group or as individuals as to exactly how they're going to vote. But I'd like to hear from John Bolton.
The president's lawyers ignoring the Bolton bombshell for most of Monday until dismissing it in the final hour of arguments.
Nothing in the Bolton revelations, even if true, would rise to the level of an abuse of power or an impeachable offense.
Overnight, a new revelation. Bolton says he expressed concerns to Attorney General William Barr that President Trump offered personal favors to the dictatorial leaders of China and Turkey, and that Barr said he, too, was concerned. We will hear more from the president when he holds a rally tonight in New Jersey. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
The impeachment trial of President Trump is expected to resume once again at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We'll carry it for you here. That special report will get underway at 1 o'clock, anchored by Lester Holt. Let's get to Brandon Rue. He's watching over our forecast for this afternoon as we take a live look at our Mount Clemens sky cam. And the skies kind of look the same no matter where you look right now, Brandon.
Dull.
Yeah.
Gray. Yes. A little better than yesterday, believe it or not. The clouds were socked in a little lower, a little thicker, so can't rule out maybe a break or two that brings you a glimpse of sun. It's this time of year we celebrate that. Low to middle 30s. It's 35 Metro, 32 in Pontiac. Wind is not real strong. It is creating a little wind chill. It is dragging more clouds, but coming from the northwest, 5 to 10, 5 to 12, and you'll want to dress for the 20s, wind chills, middle and upper 20s as you head out and about. And these middle 30s aren't going anywhere. A couple of flakes and flurries, maybe even a little bit of drizzle once you get over the river and into southern Ontario. But Rhonda, we're tracking some sun and some snow coming up.
All right, Brandon, thank you. Still to come, concerns about the coronavirus are increasing here in the United States and across the world, where efforts to contain the outbreak stand this noon.